morning and welcome to Upstate Living, the premier lifestyle show for the Capital Region and beyond. I'm Ann McCloy.
And I'm Billy Floyd. Today is Tuesday, August 11th, and as always, we would like to thank you for starting your day the Upstate way. And I would also like to start off by saying thank you to our brand new producer, Michael O'Donnell.
Yes.
We mentioned yesterday that Jackie has left us to have her third child. We love Jackie so much, but we are honored to love Michael right back. Yesterday was his first show. He did a phenomenal job. He's in the booth right now, killing it for us. We appreciate you, Michael. We're so grateful to have him.
Yes, we love our team. We have the best team here at Upstate Living, so we are blessed.
We got the best team in the game, and we also bring on the best guests in the game,
really
too.
do.
Every day is stacked, including today.
Yes, she is the woman behind 20 Things You Don't Know About Me, and today she's here to spill the tea.
Ooh.
Let's go out to the Grand Margaritas Bar to reveal our special guest of the day. Best known for her Just Christie newsletter and blog with the Albany Times-Union, Christy Gustafson Barletti is live with us all hour long as we learn the story of how she became one of the Capital Region's most respected and well-known lifestyle columnists. Plus, I'll be sitting down with our Mom of the Week, Megan Baxter. She's sharing her incredible story that led her to write a children's book about her own mother.
My goodness, talk about some legendary ladies. Let's do this thing. And we're asking the attorney about long-term care as well. Phil Vacchio of Herzog Law will be joining us for another critical conversation that will help you with making important plans for the future. We're talking future in a bit, but for right now, let's talk about what's going on in the moment with today's Pulse. So DJ, do your thing, cue that funky tune. Come on. Oh, it hits every single morning. So here's the question of the day, and I know we've been talking about this a little bit. Now we're going to talk about it on the show.
Okay.
The question is, could a weight loss shot be the ultimate buzzkill? But the buzzkill in the best way possible. This is what the people are asking, and here's some information for you. The U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs just launched a new study testing if GLP-1 meds like Ozempic and Mounjaro can treat alcohol addiction. Since these drugs already quiet those late-night snack cravings, researchers are asking, can they limit happy hour cravings too? I think that would be clutch, and already enough. We're living in this world, we talk about this, the world of drinking is slowly slowing down, and people are practicing healthier habits. And I think with these weight loss pills, just the better studies on health overall, we might not even need these pills to curb these cravings, because I think people are kind of getting with that vibe no matter what, you know?
Yes, I mean, I'm not the expert on these drugs, but I think it's always best if you can try to quit naturally. But I know, some people have a very hard time doing so. So we'll just have to see what the study says.
And I think the best thing too is you have that accountability group. If you have people that are doing it with you, maybe you're steering off the drinking, you're eating better, you're moving more. When you have that accountability, you kind of have no choice but to follow suit with that positive path, you know?
Yeah. Very interesting, though.
Yeah.
Interesting one.
Speaking of positivity, there's nothing more positive than this. If you love dogs and the Saratoga Racecourse, this Sunday at the track will feature something you will definitely appreciate. The positivity is off the chains here, Ann.
Yeah, the second annual Corgi Cup is returning to the racecourse this weekend and will feature corgis from 9 different states. The winning corgi will be crowned 2026 Corgi Cup champion. And if you're going to the track on Sunday, fans can also get a commemorative Corgi Cup pin that is free with admission.
I mean, seeing dogs go at it like that, I mean, that's just the dream right there. I don't think my dog could ever compete in a race, little Rosie, but seeing the corgis out there, I think that will bring a lot of dog lovers to the yard. And who doesn't love watching animals race, especially the pups?
I just am glad that they're giving out a pin.
Yeah, a free commemorative pin. All you gotta do is sit there and watch the dogs go crazy. Very positive vibes here to start this Tuesday.
Yes, and even more positive vibes on the way, because it is time to welcome today's special guest. She is a journalist of 26 years, and in our area, she owns the beat when it comes to reporting news on people who report the news. Her 20 Things You Don't Know About Me blog is a staple at the Albany Times-Union, and her Just Christie newsletter and blog is a regular read in our inboxes. Please welcome to Upstate Living Show, Albany Times-Union lifestyle columnist and the area's original blogger, Christy Gustafson Barletti.
OG.
Welcome to the show.
making my head bigger than it already is at 10 o'clock in the morning. Thank you for those nice words.
Well, it is all true, and we know you, Christy, so well because you do such a great job covering everybody in the news. That's how we get your updates all the time about people in the business when there's a new reporter anchor coming, when somebody leaves, and you really care about the people that you cover. So we appreciate you so much in that regard.
Christy. Thank you. That was a little bit of an accidental beat many, many years ago. I think Mark McGuire was covering it before me. They were looking for somebody else because people love the local news. They love to know about the people who are on the local news. So I started writing about it as a one-time thing, and I think it's 7 years later, I'm still writing about it.
It's amazing when you graduated college, you were looking for different positions all over the country, basically, and then the TU brought you on, and you've had multiple different positions within the TU, but this has been your spot for your whole professional life. Can you tell us about how you got started in that journey overall?
Yeah. So I was a broadcast journalist major in college. I actually did my internship at Channel 10 at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I decided that broadcast wasn't for me, but that I wanted to do print. So I applied all over, anywhere that spoke English. I had a variety of interviews, but then I had an interview with the Times-Union for a role that I wasn't entirely qualified for. But they took a chance on me, they hired me, and I worked my way up.
Yeah,
it's an incredible story. And one thing I find so inspiring about you, if you have a news background, a lot of managers in the news, they don't always believe in the fun content because it's true, the hard news usually is what people want to read and they gravitate toward. But there are many, many people, as we've learned, who love fun lifestyle content. They like to learn about restaurants. They like to learn about human interest stories. And you fought to have this position. So tell us that story.
I did. So I wanted to have a blog many, many years ago when blogging was brand new. We had a political blog that did very well, and we had a restaurant blog that did very well. And I went and I pitched a blog. I said, here are 10 ideas, and I would really like to do this. And the woman who was overseeing the web at the time, she said, well, Christy, everyone has to eat. Everyone goes to restaurants. But not everybody cares about fashion and shopping. And I said, let me prove you wrong, basically. And I was young. I was maybe 24, 25 years old. So I wrote 10 sample blog posts, and I pitched it. And she begrudgingly, and I like this woman a lot, and I would tell her this to her face, but she begrudgingly agreed to let me do it. We did it, and within a couple of months, my blog was one of the #1 on timesunion.com. So that, I felt validated, but I also felt surprised. I was like, wow, I kind of believed that maybe people didn't care about fashion and shopping, but they did. And there was more to it too.
And they should know at the Times-Union, I mean, it's true. Like the reason I have a subscription, I'm serious. The reason I have a subscription is for your content.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love your content.
Plug right
it
there.
really it is.
Are you listening to this?
Yeah, everybody listening.
It's true.
That's it.
Because I like learning about the people in our community. That's the #1 thing I like. So you do an amazing job with it.
Thank you. And I love that. People say all the time, like they come to me for ideas. Where should I go for this? Do you recommend this? And I love to celebrate the capital region. I love to celebrate the people, the places, the new businesses that are opening, all the great things that are happening. Plus it's fun, right? I get a sneak peek, I get to try the things, and then also I can give you a little feedback and say, hey, do you think it's worth it too?
I'm interested, dating back to when you were pitching these ideas to do fun content. As a young person, kind of out of college, finding your way, where did you have like the strength and the confidence to say, I'm not going to do what they want me to do, I'm going to do what I want to do? Because a lot of people don't have that. They get put in a box and they kind of stay there, but that wasn't you at all.
Well, it's a combination of things. I didn't really have the confidence. I mean, I would cry when no one was looking, and sometimes when they were, and a little bit was faking it, but I felt really passionate about it. I didn't, one of the jobs I was offered when I got here was to cover board meetings up in the Saratoga, and I thought, I'm just not, people think it's an insult to say to me I cover the fluff, but I was like, I love the fluff, my friends love the fluff, I know people love the fluff. So I agreed to any story they would offer. I mean, I'm talking, my sister 20 years later makes fun of me that I wrote about a pothole. Any story you would give me, I agreed. I pitched story ideas. I said, let me do it, let me do it. And eventually I built up a resume and applied for a role as a reporter.
Well, we're big on the fluff too. That's all we cover on Upstate Living.
So much
this
fun.
works perfectly.
That's the thing. I love that these shows are coming around the capital region, right? Because it shows people want the fun stuff. They want the they need the news, but they want the features. That's the way I look at it.
Absolutely. And one of her most popular features is the 20 Things You Don't Know About Me article, which she's featured so many different folks in the capital region. So we'll be diving deeper into that and talking about some of her favorite articles that she's done coming up in the next segment. So stay right here.
Yes, much more fluff coming your way on Upstate Living. But also coming up on the show, we'll be asking the attorney about long-term care. Several viewers wrote to us about this topic, so we're bringing in Phil Vacchio of Herzog Law to break it all down for us.
Plus, Megan Baxter will be joining me live in the studio as we celebrate her as our Mom of the Week.
Upstate Living.
Okay, welcome back to Upstate Living, and thank you for joining us as we prepare to ask the attorney. This morning, we're going to be discussing long-term care.
Yes, and here now from Herzog Law to break it all down for us is our good friend of the program, Phil Vacchio. Good morning, Phil.
Good morning, Billy Ann. Nice to see you guys again.
Yeah, every 2 weeks, we have the honor of seeing you and Dave.
Guys. It's too long. I mean, it's all right.
We are blessed to have you back.
We got to get you on more then.
Yes,
That's right. That's right.
Every single day from here on out.
I don't know about that.
But on a serious note, we're talking long-term care, and actually viewers have been writing into us asking great questions. A few viewers asked specifically about this one, so let's get into it.
Yeah, so long-term care is a topic that we get from a lot of our clients and prescriptive clients every day, asking about what happens as I age. What considerations should I have? What does my future look like? And at its base, long-term care is a prolonged level of high-level care that someone needs as they get older or they're disabled. Think nursing homes, think assisted livings, think aides coming into your home. And people want to be ready for that, right? They want to know if that happens, what's the situation going to be? How can I plan for that? That care is extraordinarily expensive. Average cost of a nursing home in the capital region is around $18,000 per month, guys.
Wow.
So obviously that's a concern too, the cost of it and how do I plan ahead of time if I need that level of care.
Yeah.
Staggering right there.
What are some proactive steps that people can take if they think that somebody in their family may need long-term care in the future?
Well, like in most things in life, being proactive is better than being reactive. You're going to have more options available to you. And it helps us decide where we're going to be in the future. If you're proactive, it's a better opportunity that you're going to be where you want to be. And if I was to ask you, if you were to pick your perfect future, does your plan involve going into a nursing home? Probably not.
I don't think
Most people
No.
prefer not, right? So, and obviously that could happen, and we want to plan for that situation. But the more we do ahead of time, the more likely we can stay out of that. So having your basic estate plan documents in place that we've spoken about before, your power of attorneys, your healthcare proxies. There's also the idea of protecting assets. But to protect assets from the cost of long-term care, you need to be proactive because there's certain look-backs in place if we want government intervention to pay for some of that care. Some in the audience may have heard of this 5-year look-back if I go into a nursing home. So you need to be proactive if you want to protect assets as well.
Obviously, when it comes to everything in life, being proactive is the answer, but sometimes life slips away and we might not be focused on certain things. Let's say there's a situation where a person is not proactive about this process and you need to get the care right now. It's immediate, it's imminent.
Yeah.
What steps can people take?
So a lot of times we have clients come in that it's the person or it's the family and they need this level of care now. Right? They're at the point in their lives where they need aides to come into their home. They are going into a nursing home, there's no option. And some plan proactively, some did not. Even if you did not plan proactively, there are always options, right? Never assume that I'm stuck, I have to privately pay for this care, I don't have options. There literally is almost always options that you have. That power of attorney we talked about a few weeks ago is really important. If I'm not competent, that's the person who's going to meet with an attorney like me to take advantage of those options. There's exemptions available, right? If I have a spouse, I can move stuff to my spouse to protect assets if I need care. So there's many things we can do. Just never assume that there are not, and always see an attorney first if you're in that situation.
When should you start thinking about this?
Today.
Really?
Right now.
At any age? I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, listen, education's always key.
Yeah.
But I would say 60 to 70 seems to be a very good age range because we're thinking about getting retired or we are retired. We know where we want to be in the future. We know what our fixed income is. So that's a really good time to start planning in the eventuality that we need that care. And at that age, you're still young, so likely you're not going to need that care for a good amount of time still.
Yeah, moral of the story here,
Good to know.
always be proactive about anything when it comes to future planning. Phil, thank you so much for detailing everything for us, and thanks for coming here every 2 weeks. Now, if you're watching here and you have any specific questions that you'd like to ask the attorney, please feel free to reach out to this email right here on your screen. Very simple, upstateliving@upstateliving.show.com. We would love to have your questions answered right here on the show, and our guy Phil will be ready for them. Thank you so much again, Phil.
Thank you, guys.
Of course.
And stay with us, because when we come back from the break, I'll be joined by this week's Mom of the Week. Megan Baxter will be getting her flowers, literally and figuratively.
And we will also be joined by our special guest of the day. Christy Gustafson Barletti will be here highlighting her extremely well-known 20 Things blog and why she enjoys being able to promote all the best people and happenings here in the Capital Region.
Upstate Living.
Mom of the Week is brought to you by Frank Gallo Florist.
It is time for our Mom of the Week segment, brought to you by Frank Gallo Florist. And before we introduce our amazing mom this week, ding, 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 special delivery. Here comes our flower delivery boy.
Thank you.
Billy Floyd, with beautiful flowers from Frank Gallo for Megan Baxter,
Thank you.
our wonderful Mom of the Week. Thank you so much for being here, Megan.
Thank you.
You have an incredible story that I cannot wait to get into. First of all, I want to learn a little bit about you and your family. So tell me about your amazing children and tell us where you're from in the area.
So we're from Del Mar, and I have 2 kids. I have Keegan, who's 3, and Erin, she's 5. And I have an amazing husband, Sean, who's so supportive.
Oh, I love it. Thank you so much for being here. It's going to be an emotional story here, because this is just incredible. You have this amazing book. It's called My Mama Moves Different, and you wrote this book because of your life story.
Yes.
It's a children's book.
Yes.
And tell me how you ended up writing the story.
So my mom had MS for over 30 years and was pretty much completely wheelchair bound most of that 30 years. Last Mother's Day, I had gallbladder surgery, so I couldn't play outside with my kids on Mother's Day. And it just hurt because I could hear them outside playing with their dad and having a blast, and I was stuck in my room. And I started writing down my thoughts because I'm like, wow, my mom couldn't just stand up and walk outside and play with us. And I imagined how hard that was for her, because for me it was a 2-week recovery. For her, that was her life. So I ended up calling my sister and sharing my thoughts with her, and she encouraged me to publish. She's like, you need to publish this book. Everyone needs to know Mom's story.
Yes.
So I did it.
Oh my gosh. And tell us about your mom, Michelle.
My mom was the strongest woman I've ever met in my life. She overcame so many obstacles, but never let her love for us fade in any way through that. And she was at every school event. She was present for my wedding. She just made sure she was there doing homework with us at the table for hours at night. She never let her love waver through any of it.
What did you learn through having a mom who ended up getting that diagnosis when you were about 3 years old with MS? What did you learn growing up with her and seeing her battle a health issue?
So for me, as I was younger, she wasn't like my mom with MS. She was just my mom, and that was normal for us. And but now as a mom, I look back and I realize how hard she fought to be present. Because I mean, I don't have MS, but it's hard to juggle everything. So for her to do that while battling this disease was, I look back now and I don't know how she did it.
What an incredible story, what an incredible life to see her as your mom, and the strength that she had. And how does that translate into you with your young children now?
I make sure that my kids see the person before a disability. And I want them to know, I want all kids and families to know that a disability is just part of a person's identity. And I have taught my kids, no matter what obstacles people face, they're human, they love, they show up, and that's what matters.
What is the book? Can we see it a little bit? How long did it take to write it? I mean, how incredible.
The writing happened very quickly. It did take a little bit of editing. And then I met my amazing illustrator, and we hit it off right away. And she took my vision, and I mean, the mom and daughter are based off me and my mom, and they look like us, and my kids know that that's Mimi in the book. And so the writing didn't take long. The illustration took a while because so much detail went into the book. So it was just about a year from start to finish.
Where can we find this book?
So I have it on my website, baxterbookhouse.com, and then Bookhouse and Stuyvesant just put it on their shelf, so that's really exciting.
That's wonderful. I cannot wait to read the book, and I'm so grateful to have you on as our Mom of the Week, Megan.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
We love you so much. Still ahead on Upstate Living this morning, much more to come here. Our special guest of the week, Christy Gustafson-Barletti, will be back with us to talk about her blogging and her amazing opportunities she's had as a writer. We'll talk about her 20 Things You Don't Know About Me segment coming up. And we're taking a look back at a few of the best upstate living moments right here on our program. We'll be opening up our guest book to spotlight some special guests and memories that we made right here in our studios.
Upstate living. Upstate living.
Okay, welcome back to Upstate Living, and thank you for being here as we welcome back our special guest of the day.
Yes, it is Christy Gustafson-Barletti. We thank you so much for being here, Christy, and I can't wait to talk about one of our favorite articles that you bring about, which is the 20 Things You Don't Know About Me column and blog. You have featured so many people in the capital region. I know that you even ask for nominations now because you've covered so many of the well-known people in the area that you're always looking for new people to feature. But it's basically an article where you allow people to share 20 things about their life.
Yeah. So I've done more than 450.
Wow.
It was really supposed to be a one-off in 2017, April of 2017. I do WGNA, and I used to do Fly 92. Brian and Chrissy were leaving Fly 92 for WGNA looking for blog ideas. I said, why don't you highlight people in the capital region? They decided that wasn't going to work for them, so I said, why don't I highlight the two of you to announce your move? I did it, and the posts were our #1 posts for that day and the next week, so I thought, I might be onto something. Now it's 2026, 458 later, and we're still going strong, and it's still often the #1 feature on our website each Monday.
So you found that was going to be the next thing that you do. What was the next?
Unintentionally.
What came about that? Like after you did those guys, what happened next? Like did you find people? Did they reach out? How did that all happen?
Yeah, nobody reached out at that point because it was so new, and so I started thinking, who were some interesting people? And I actually think some of your colleagues, like Lydia Colbita was one of the early people. Angelo Mazzone, he's known for Mazzone Hospitality.
Yeah.
Because I have been in the area for so long and done this job for so long, I have a good network, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I reached out, and then people were saying yes. And I think only maybe 3 people have ever said no, which is a pretty good,
Yeah.
which is a pretty good, numbers or whatever you want to play, numbers game. So yeah, it's been really fun, and I love to get to know people.
Yeah.
I want to share their story. I want to get the quirky. I consider my job celebrating the weird and the quirky and the fun and the different, and 20 Things does that. I mean, the woman last week, her first thing was, I met my husband in jail.
Oh, wow.
You see that as right?
Wow.
Really? Aren't you like, I want to know more about the woman who met her husband in
That's
jail?
true love right there. That's a movie.
And they both worked there, right? They weren't incarcerated. But you read that and you think, I want to know more about that person.
Yeah, immediately.
And that's how we learn in life. That's how we learn, by learning other people's stories. Okay, I want to know, you've done so many blogs. And when did it start? What year was it?
It
Do
was
you remember?
April 2017 because that's when they made the transition.
Okay.
Brian and Chrissy.
Okay, so you've been doing this since 2017. What are some of the top 20 things you don't know about me blogs that you've done?
It's hard to choose because I have had so many great ones. I know you had Matt Baumgartner on the show a couple of weeks ago. He's so great. He just knows how to create content. I think he put his together in 15 minutes, and it was one of the best. And other people take a month, and it's different, right? So he was great. Maggie Fromm, she's a local realtor. Hers was fantastic. I mentioned Angelo Mazzone. What I loved about him is he's this restaurateur, this entrepreneur. He's written about and talked about it. He's a wealthy guy. But he has this whole like Disney room. He loves Disney so much. He has an entire room in his house. One of his pictures was him holding all these Disney balloons. He has a fancy car, but he doesn't like to drive it because he wants to keep it safe. And he was just so down to earth, and I really liked that about him.
Yeah.
And then a lot of the people in local media have been great as well, which is a lot of fun. Even some of my own colleagues. Chris Churchill's was really great, and Shannon Froma, who are two of my colleagues.
I love Churchill. That's another.
Right?
Yes, he's another one.
His 20 Things is great.
Maybe
Shannon
we'll be
Froma.
calling Churchill. I love his.
You should call
his
Shannon
pieces,
Froma
yeah.
too, the Times Union Shoppertunist. Her 20 Things was fantastic. So they do a really nice job.
Yeah,
and,
it's cool.
And we were both featured.
You were both
We were both featured, yes.
We were
Yes.
both featured.
There
so
I am right
there's
there.
Billy.
Talking about my sock collection. I think at the time I had maybe 200 pairs of socks. Now I think I'm up to 400. So I've changed a lot since our 20 Things segment. I'm a whole new man.
When I interviewed with you for 20 Things, I was only dating my husband. He was in there as my boyfriend. Now we've been married for 5 years, so that's
right?
interesting.
It's fun to
Yes.
see. And then one of your former colleagues, Solomon Syed, I remember he had a big sneaker collection. So it is and the thing is too, a lot of the people in media really understand how to kind of get to the nitty gritty and share those fun things. And I think people see them as, whether it's columnists I read online or people I see on TV, and they don't necessarily realize that, oh, there's a whole other person there. Somebody who's dating and going to get married, or you know, just all the fun things.
Yeah, people are always very curious about like the personal details of their favorite reporters, columnists, people of interest. So it's really cool that you get to highlight the depths and learn about the sock collections or the boyfriends or the Disney collections, things that you would never think about unless you read 20 Things.
Or prison.
Or prison, yes. Good to know that they were not incarcerated and it was all through their employment. But immediately I hear jail, prison, I got to learn more. You immediately tapped in.
And that's my goal. It really is to keep you reading, keep you spending time on the website, and keep you learning about new people.
And I want to know, because you also cover lifestyle, so you've covered restaurant openings, you cover all the great happenings in the capital region. What are some of the blogs that you just enjoyed covering?
So I really love going to new places and trying new adventures. So there's this ropes course out in Schenectady County and New York Zip Line, and they do this thing at Halloween called Zombie Zips. So you zip line in the pitch black, and they just use those little red lights, and you have to come in hot, and then you put your feet out and hope you stop. I don't think that's something I would have tried on my own, but when the Times Union said, you're going to try it, I'm going to try it. So that's fun. You know, even last week, we of course gave a ton of coverage to Costco, and you think, well, it's just a big box store. But people were so into it and so excited about it, and I get wrapped up in the excitement. So I love doing things where I can kind of give you a glimpse, but then also feel the energy and get the excitement and share it with everyone. So those are fun.
It was insane how much people love Costco.
Yeah,
I mean,
everything we posted exploded online. It was crazy. And Ann said it best. The reason why she subscribed to the TU is because of you.
Thank you.
You heard it right here on Upstate Living. A lot of good stuff here still on tap. We're now going down our own way. Now we're going to go deep into our guest book to spotlight some of our favorite guests. We've been talking about so many great people that Christy has covered. We're talking about some great people that we have covered here. So Ann, as we look back, who is someone that you would like to show love to here on our program?
Well, I love this guest. She is one of our first guests on the show, and she owns a very popular coffee and bakery in Saratoga Springs. She is Danielle DeSantis, and we had her on as, I believe she was our second guest ever to appear on the show back on June 16th. I started following her because we were at an influencer event at Stuyvesant Plaza. She has great fashion, but her husband is the chef behind Bear's Cup Bakehouse in Saratoga, and Billy and I went and tried every pastry that they have. We were very full, and it took us a little while to work all of that off, but it was a really fun time.
That was one of the most fun things I've ever got to do through work. I mean, when you really break it down, we tried basically every single dessert.
Yes.
We got it on the house. We got to make content out of it. And it was just the most electrifying time. And yes, it took us a long time to work off all those carbs, but zero regrets, because that triple berry cheese Danish.
And the banana bread bigger than your head?
Bigger than my head. And with Danielle too, there's so many great people in this life that we live, but there's a little something different about people who bring this energy. Like when she walks into a room, she has this vibrancy and
Positive
immediately
energy.
Yeah, you're on her
Immediate.
level. She doesn't
Yes.
have to say anything or do anything crazy. She just acts as herself, and right away you're like, I want to be like that. I want to be on that. I want what she's on, and she brings it every single
And she's
time.
supportive.
Yes.
You can call her up and she's like going to give you great advice. She's just a
Yeah.
really nice person. So,
On
love
social
it.
media, she's so busy with a family, running a business. She's always taking the time to like everything, comment. She replies to stories. Like she's very much in tune with her community. So she's not just about doing it. She's about also like showcasing and showing that support too, which is awesome.
Absolutely awesome. And we have so many more fun highlights.
Yeah, another person that really just takes the energy from here to here is my guy, DJ Ketchup. His name is DJ Ketchup because you have to physically catch up to him. He moves at such a high pace with everything he does. Look at the way that he shakes. Look at the way that he bakes. Oh, Ketchup, yep, keep the pants on, my friend, please. Oh, he's gonna do it. He is seriously amazing. I mean, he does every prom in the area. He does so many great weddings. We talked about how much fun he had going to all the Knicks games during their championship run. I've had the pleasure of working with him during several Best Buddies events, and when you are with him, you just feed off of him because he's always singing. Look at him. He's
Look at
always
that crowd.
dancing.
That's Schenectady, right?
That's Schenectady, yes. At Summer Night,
Amazing.
downtown Schenectady. He gets everybody moving. Even if you're a little scared or timid or shy, I've seen him bring people out of a shell that they didn't even know could possibly happen. And it's so cool. And having him here to talk about all of it, it was special.
You know what was interesting about DJ Ketchup is he has this very calming voice. This is what I love about having people live and like come here in the studio and get to spend time with them. You just get to learn things about them, and he has like a calming presence, even though he has this energy that can entertain thousands, you know?
Yeah, he showcased his different voices where he could be like calm, cool, talking, and then he's like 1, 2, 3, go, and then he's getting into like his different music bag. So it's really cool to learn from someone like him. Him and Danielle were amazing, and we've just had so many great people. The amount of times, how many times have you been out in the community and people come up to you and say, you have like the best people on your show. You have so many incredible individuals, and it's so true. We're so grateful.
We're so grateful to everybody watching and everyone coming on the show, including my good friend Julia Simone, who was our first Mom of the Week. She inspired the Mom of the Week segment. She actually encouraged me to come back to work and become a lifestyle host on Upstate Living. And I thought, wow, we need to showcase the encouraging, amazing moms in our community. So that's Julia Simone with her beautiful family. And now every single Tuesday, we showcase a mom in the area. So make sure to send in your nominations.
I mean, having Megan here today was amazing. The story she talked about with her mother, the book that she wrote, like we're able to connect with so many hardworking MVP moms that deserve the flowers literally and figuratively. Shout out to Frank Galaflores for hooking that up for us.
Yes, beautiful flowers and beautiful people.
So much good stuff here on Upstate Living. We love our guest book and we love our people. And we want you to keep it right here because we have so much more to love, including Sunmark Credit Union. Yes, it is all going down. We're talking about financial wellness and the importance of being fully aware of what your money is actually doing.
Upstate Living.
Welcome back to Upstate Living, and thank you so much for being here with us today. Regardless of income, financial wellness is for everyone. Building the right financial habits now is the answer to setting yourself up for the future.
Absolutely. Joining the show right now from Sunmark Credit Union to guide us and make it make more sense is one of their community development leaders, Mary Gibbons. Good morning, Mary, and thank you so much for stopping by today, bringing us some treats as well.
Good morning. Thank you so much. I'm delighted to be here.
Yeah, it's our pleasure.
We're
I got
excited to have
to
you.
talk with you on the phone yesterday. The energy is amazing already.
Yeah, she's amazing, and I have to give a moment for the outfit because the
Thank
polka
you.
dots, I love polka dots this
Thank you.
season.
Thank
You
you.
look gorgeous.
I
Yeah.
did struggle, but I feel good.
No, you would
look
just
great.
think that you were ready to play,
Yeah.
and you are ready for this moment. And
Ready.
you love doing everything that you do with Sunmark. You have an amazing team. You're all about helping people, building community. Let's highlight your team a little bit and what you love so much about being at Sunmark.
Sure. So I love Sunmark. My position is financial wellness, but I am delighted to be able to go out into the community every day and help somebody build their confidence when it comes to their finances. The beauty of Sunmark is our mantra is people helping people. So not only do we live that mantra, but I am surrounded by colleagues who are so passionate, and we live the mantra. So it's a great place to be able to work and then go out in the community and share that idealism of helping people.
Yeah, for the people.
Yes, and you're all about wellness when it comes to financial habits at Sunmark. So tell us about some really good financial habits for people to build and why it's so important to have them.
Yeah, that's a great question. I think it's very intimidating if you're struggling with your finances and you wonder how you can get on track. And doing small, consistent habits is what's going to get you there. So an example of that is, dividing your direct deposit into a savings. Take 10 or 20 bucks out of pay period. Right? It's not a lot. I think people sometimes get that misconception that they have to put $400 in a savings immediately to be prepared for an emergency, and that's not the case. Just take small, consistent steps, and taking that money out of your direct deposit is something that I think is easy because you don't see the money, and it's put aside where you don't touch it unless you actually need it.
So if you're looking to build some of these habits, take some of these small steps, how can you directly help?
Yep, so Sunmark has a community partner program where I am able to partner with businesses, organizations, not-for-profits, right? Everyone in our community needs a little assistance with financial wellness. So this program provides that support and guidance. We can go on site and deliver workshops like budgeting, understanding your credit score. We also can provide our resources and whatever else Sunmark can deliver to help put you in a position of confidence when it comes to your finances.
Yeah, you need the confidence in anything, especially with your money, so you can build for the future.
Yes, yes, yep.
Yes, tell us why it's so important to know where your money is going.
Okay, if you don't know where your money's going, you're not going to be able to make a plan for it, right? So if you recognize you need a car and you have some money saved aside for it, right now Sunmark happens to have a auto promo going on, and it has the best rate in the capital region. But if you know that you have money set aside to buy this car, you can take advantage of that promo, right? Same with if you have money in your savings, and right now we have a CD promo going on. Best rate in the capital region. You can take money out of that savings and put it in the CD. Your money's going to be working for you. But if you don't know where your money is and you don't have control over your money, you're not going to be able to take advantage of things like that.
Yeah, you need to gain the insights and the knowledge behind it so that you can make these moves. And to go back to confidence, like what other things can people do to build that confidence to truly know, like, I'm in a good place, this is working for me, and my future is going to be even brighter than what I'm envisioning?
Yep. I think one of the most important things to do when it comes to your finances is manage your money. I think oftentimes people think, I need to make more money, I need to make more money. And it's not about how much money you make, it's how you manage that money. I mean, we've heard about lottery winners who lose their fortune, right? They had millions of dollars and they're in bankruptcy. It's because they weren't managing their money. So understanding where your money's going, how it's coming in, and concentrating on that is going to put you in a position to make sound and confident financial decisions.
Huge. Well, thank you for sharing all of your knowledge and wisdom with us here, and bringing the energy, and of course the dress that Ann rightfully highlighted as a fashionista.
I love all the tips because you can really follow those pretty easily and change your life. So thank you so much.
Yes, yes. Reach out to me if anybody wants information on our community partner program. I'd be happy to help.
Thank you. Best person to go to. The vibes are right there. And you want to keep it right here. Yeah, tell your friends. Everybody listening, it's Mary Gibbons. Here we go. Keep it right here, though, because we still have a little bit more left in the show. When we come back, we're closing out the show with Christy. She's playing Fast Five with us after the break.
Upstate living. Upstate living. Upstate living.
Welcome back to the show, and we are back with our special guest of the day, Christy. We are going to play a fun game of Fast Five, but first we have some special photos.
Roll the tape. Let's see it.
Yeah, we are showing some great family pictures, and Christy, tell us who we're seeing here.
Yeah, this is my parents when I did a column on how I make fun of the way they always ask for computer help. This is me on my wedding day. Oh, this is me covering a story at June Farms when you can take sheep for a walk. So I went on to, that's me and my sister at her mother-in-law's 90th birthday party. My sister and my best friend, she will say I have to say. And that's true, she is. And then there's me and my husband. We were married in 2011. Oh, and I went and learned to ice skate at the Empire Plaza with Jessica Marshall, who I work with all the time. And then there, obviously, I don't get that dressed up every day. That's at my wedding for sure.
I remember when you posted your wedding photos online, it must have been for an anniversary, and I remember messaging you about how gorgeous your gown is. For those just joining us, Christy is a columnist with the Albany Times-Union, best known for her lifestyle reporting, and we're gonna jump into a fun game of Fast Five to end the program today.
Yes, we got 5 hard-hitting questions for you, Christy. You got to answer them as fast as you can.
You got it.
You did not see these questions prior,
Nope.
so this is all off the cuff.
Right.
And
I said I didn't want to see them.
no, you're seeing them right now for the first time. That's it. And what's our first question?
All right, number 1, why should someone visit the Capital Region, Christy?
So I think the summer. I think it really, there's so much great stuff to do in the summer. You can go up to Saratoga and explore there. You can go into the plaza and go to Alive at 5. And I do think sometimes people call it Smallbany, but actually we have so many great restaurants, places to visit like Thatcher Park, the zip line place I mentioned before. In the winter, we just showed me ice skating. You can go to the plaza and do that.
Yeah.
So I think that there is always things to do. Great shopping down in Hudson and Stuyvesant Plaza, one of my favorite shopping places now because it's just growing and getting even better.
Attracting so many great stores.
Yes.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. So often people will say, oh, it's upstate New York, let's go to the city, let's travel. You have everything you could ever need right here, especially when the weather's perfect. You have nothing short of greatness here.
Yeah, look, I think it's great to go to those places too, and you certainly don't get the excitement that you get in a city here, but that's also okay. You also don't get the crowds and the traffic and the insanity that you get.
It's nice that we're only like a 3-hour drive
Correct.
from New York City.
easy.
Yeah, grateful to be right here.
Yes.
That's why you should come to the Capital Region. Everything that Christy just said. Okay, question number 2, here we go. What's something you're proud of that has nothing to do with your career? Let's get a little personal
Easy
here.
one, that's going to be my children.
Nice.
Yes, I have a 12-year-old and a 9-year-old, and look, sometimes they drive me crazy, as every child does, but 99.9% of the time they make me proud. They're good people, they're good students, and they're good athletes, and they're good friends, and great children.
And I got to meet your daughter when you were on a shoot the other day at the Shake Shack.
At the Shake Shack, she one of her job aspirations, either teacher or photographer, so she came along with me and did a little shooting on that Shake Shack video last week.
Oh, she shot for you?
She shot for me, yeah.
She's got the best job ever.
I needed some help, so
you have
she
the
got
best
a burger.
assistant.
Getting
Wow.
very early training.
And my multimedia producer who you saw there was very pleased with the work that she did at a young age, so I said, hey, maybe photography is her career.
Cool.
Very good.
On the right path. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, question 3. What's something that most people don't know about being a lifestyle columnist and reporter?
So I think people think it's always fun and games, and it's mostly fun and games, but I also, there's a lot of behind the scenes, right? I'm setting it up. I have people cancel. I sometimes have people say no. I'm going out in all sorts of weather and conditions to do things. People aren't always friendly and receptive sometimes. And of course, like with any public job, I also deal with criticism and rude emails and DMs and things. So I would say people think, oh, it's just flashy and fun and all the time. And it mostly is, but there's the other element too.
Yeah, it's still work.
She she has wonderful credibility because you always get it right and you always have to get the facts right, which is hard. It is actually hard to make sure that you have everything correct.
I'm obsessed. I have a very low correction rate, and I'm proud of that for sure, but that doesn't mean I don't screw up. I certainly screw up. I make mistakes, sometimes massive mistakes, but you know, we all do that. We're human.
We're all human. It's all part of the process. Stumbling is often part of the dance. Now, sticking with the job, what is the best part about your job? Question number 4.
Gosh, I honestly think I have one of the best jobs in the Capital Region. I get to meet great people. I get to go out and celebrate the region. I get to try new things, whether it's food, activities, stores, businesses, all the things. I get to go to great places. And I just think that's a lot of fun. So I have fun every day. My job is never boring, and it's never the same thing twice.
Really quick, last question. What's something you're really looking forward to? Because we're out of time. 1-word answer.
Seeing the show later.
Yay!
Nice. Watching it back.
Well,
you did a great job. We're so grateful to have you.
You've done a great job.
Thank you, Christy. And we want to shout out our sponsors, William Mittar, Chris's Coffee, along with Together for Youth.
It's going to be a great time the rest of the week. A lot of action coming up on Upstate Living. We'll see you tomorrow.
At 10.